door's unlocked. He's never unlocked unless he's up, you know. His door is open right here. All his cupboard doors are open in the kitchen. That's not normal.
Police are at the home of Benjamin King after his neighbor discovered him stabbed to death in his bedroom. At first, the detectives believed that this tragedy was the result of a robbery, but they would be horribly wrong. As the weeks-long investigation began, detectives would uncover a toxic relationship and a twisted conspiracy with the neighbor at the very center of it all.
Did you talk to that bitch down there?
My brother John was talking about was the girl down at the edge of the corner at the Grain Corner house. She knew she took Grain's grain card to the bank, food stamps. That's what my brother was telling me.
But just as the investigators began delving into the case, only weeks later, another man is discovered stabbed inside his home under eerily similar circumstances.
Gary!
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, we gotta see what we do.
Throughout the investigation, detectives chase a long list of suspects, but from the very beginning, the truth had been hiding in plain sight by someone nobody suspected. At 1:11 p.m. on April 8, 2020, Akron's emergency dispatchers received a 911 call from a woman who had just made a chilling discovery.
Akron 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Oh my God.
What is the problem? What's the problem, ma'am?
I went in and I'm yelling for him, and I know his door's thrown out, his cupboard doors are open, and I went up the stairs and he was okay. He's laying on the floor, blood everywhere.
Okay. Who is it?
I'm gonna take
His name is Benjamin King. He's my neighbor.
Akron police officers are immediately dispatched to the residence. And while Heidi, the caller, had described the disturbing scene, what awaits them inside is far worse than they could have imagined.
His back door's unlocked. He's never unlocked unless he's up, you know. His door is open right here. All his cupboard doors are open in the kitchen. That's not normal.
You wanna go hang out over there for us so you can have room to work here? Anything weird about it? Go to everyone? Like murder?
It's either suicide or murder.
Okay.
Because there's blood all over the wall, I might guess the latter. But you can take a look yourself. Where's the stove at?
Ooh. Where's his injuries at?
I don't know. I have not touched him. All I did was touch him to see if he was stiff, but he's stiff and cold. So we're calling it obvious. Yeah, I'm not going to move him. We'll let the inmate.
Okay.
At first, there's uncertainty about what exactly happened to the victim. But the moment that officers step into the bedroom, that doubt disappears. Blood covers the walls and is spread out across the floor. The bed is soaked with it, showing that the victim had been stabbed. His upper body and head are badly wounded, and his hands carry signs of a desperate struggle. For the officers, it becomes instantly clear that they are looking at a brutal homicide investigation.
On the bed, what do you see in that? There's blood on the comforter, and then obviously here, and in the sink. So,
I suppose we ought to just
yeah, I mean,
start a crime scene log, get a hold of DB, and get somebody out here.
yeah, we're gonna have to.
As officers comb through the house, they stumble upon something unusual in the kitchen. A discovery that will soon point them toward a crucial lead in the case.
The way you called and said that all of his cabinets in the kitchen are open, and she checks on him on a regular basis and she's like, I don't know why that would be like that. Like someone was listening or looking for something. Like all the cabinets here are open. I mean, who does this?
Yeah.
This is something odd.
It is a bizarre scene, one that suggests that someone may have broken in, robbed the victim, and then killed him. But the brutality of the attack points to something deeper. The injuries on the victim's body suggest that the killer may have known him and acted out of anger or revenge. Officers turn their attention to Heidi, the 911 caller, who first found the victim.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Talking about him.
One second. Make some fish from your flag.
Oh my God, I live right here.
Heidi told the officers that the victim was 69-year-old Benjamin King. She lived just a few doors down and checked on him every day. But on this day, when she walked into his house, she found Benjamin lying unresponsive in a pool of his blood.
At 11:30.
11:30, and you spoke to him then?
No, I didn't see him. I thought he would lay down, take a nap from drinking.
Oh, okay. And the door was locked.
It was locked.
And then you came back a little bit after 1, and that's when you found the door open.
Yeah, it was unlocked. The
Okay.
back door was unlocked too. I just looked at it, I could see. I mean, I could
Does he
see.
usually does he usually keep his doors locked?
Yeah. So I said he locked it. He goes to take a nap, but as soon as he gets up in the morning, he unlocks it.
Mm-hmm.
The back door is usually still locked
Mm-hmm.
because usually, like if I come over something, the dog doesn't get out until later on.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to walk.
Was the dog out when you got here?
No, the dog was in the chair.
Okay.
In the chair when I come in the door. And that's why I knew when I seen the stand over the dog in the chair.
Mm-hmm. So you knew that something wasn't right.
Something right. So I knew something wasn't right at 11:30
Mm-hmm.
when I come out. I'm thinking, I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why didn't you just kick in the door or something? You know?
Detectives asked Heidi if she could think of anyone who might have wanted to harm Benjamin. She mentioned 2 brothers, Justin and John, who often visited his house, and recalled that something unusual had happened when they were there the night before.
And he asked if he could go, he had to take us. So we said, and he told him, no, because then he come down with his gun and said, tell him now if he wants to go in the bathroom, come in. So,
You got a gun in there?
that's what I've been told, I don't know. Don't know. Because they drive, something about the Hummer thingy, whatever. There's something about Jaybird.
Hello?
One of the officers would immediately drive down to John's house and learn that Justin has serious problems.
One of my brothers, they're both crackheads, and me and my wife's been fighting back and forth for years because my brother, he almost died here a while back. They had to put a balloon, 2 stents in his heart because he overdosed. So we don't really talk that much.
Moreover, Justin had borrowed money from Benjamin that he hadn't returned.
And just pay you back, man, this month. I promise to pay you back next month. Blah, blah, blah. Then months came and went and came and went. Look, get the fuck away from my house. Don't you ever come back again. He said, I've loaned you money 4 or 5 times on this bullshit junk stuff that you bring me. And, you know, I'm on a fixed income here. I can't just keep giving.
Yeah. He physically pushed him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
4 or 5 months ago. And I was sitting there and I just left it go.
Oh, you were actually there when it happened?
Back at the scene, officers begin canvassing the neighborhood, and some neighbors report seeing a vehicle at the house earlier that day.
On my parents' porch, and I saw this goldish, older style Hummer, big body Hummer, speed away from over here. I didn't hear no noises like gunshots or anything.
Okay.
But
How about what time was that?
Probably 10:30, 11ish.
I was up here
Maybe
11.
12.
I come up here,
Okay.
No, it had to be a white male,
Okay.
blondish, short hair, like
Short.
kind of crew cut like yours.
Okay. Short blonde hair?
Yeah.
Another neighbor chimes in, confirming the earlier observation made by the other residents, and shares that Justin drives a Hummer.
Connected to a Hummer. Correct. You don't know. Right. I've seen it many times with the Hummer. We'll call it roughly that car. It's a dusty gold like that. So you've seen Jaybird driving this gold Hummer. Yeah.
Detectives learn that Justin went by the name Jaybird, which is what the neighbor had been using. At this point, they believe that they have strong leads pointing to Justin. But when Benjamin's daughter arrives at the scene, her suspicions about another person take the case in a completely different direction.
Did you talk to that bitch down there?
Talk to people. I'll let you talk to the detectives and let them know what you think, okay?
Immediately, the daughter tells investigators that she thinks she knows who is responsible for her father's murder.
Let me say this friendly. That lady down there has been paying his bills
And she's been taking all his money and not paying on his bills.
We don't have a bill.
So I don't have a bill to say, because she's not giving him the bills. She's keeping them. She is writing on the receipts what she is supposed to have paid versus what she really paid. And this has been going on for over 3 months. So she's been ripping off for 3 months.
The daughter immediately points to Heidi, the very neighbor who had called 911 to report Benjamin's death.
This lady down the street decided that she was going to help him. She took upon herself to help him.
There we go.
And that's her way to get her drug fix, is by taking his money. And his money's got to still be in there because I know exactly where it's at.
Where?
It's in a cabinet in this kitchen and a coffee jug. It was in a container like this. It's okay.
Was it in there?
No, it was in a container like this.
Red Folgers?
Yep.
Where does it keep it?
It was in here. It was, I had it figured what it was for. So whoever did this knows exactly where he hid his money. And she's one. Down here. Those two are the suspects.
The daughter explains that Heidi and John, Justin's brother, were the only two people who knew where Benjamin kept his money. This becomes even more troubling when paired with reports of Justin's vehicle being spotted in the neighborhood around the time of the crime. Detectives now make it a top priority to find Justin, and about 19 hours after the murder, they track him down and they speak with him for the first time over the phone.
I haven't talked to him for weeks. Me and my brother was over there together one day, and they were all drinking and having a good time or whatnot. And my brother had some people supposed to come over there and buy some aluminum wheels or whatever, and I guess they didn't fit the guy's Chevy. But, man, that's a good old dude. I couldn't see anybody doing that.
In a later in-person interview, Justin immediately denied any involvement in Benjamin's murder or any knowledge of his money in the cabinet. He admitted borrowing from Benjamin, but he claimed that it was only small amounts. He agreed to provide a DNA sample and even handed over his phone for a search. Justin also admitted to a confrontation with Benjamin, after which he was kicked out and banned from the house. He then mentioned a name that was already familiar to investigators, Heidi, the neighbor who had discovered Benjamin's body.
What John was talking about was the girl down at the edge of the corner at the grain corner house. She knew she took grain card to the bank, food stamps. That's what my brother was telling me on the phone the other day. And he thinks that she might add something to it. So if I point a finger, I'd probably check her for sure.
Detectives cannot ignore the possibility that Heidi may have been involved, especially after what Benjamin's daughter had told them. The case is quickly becoming tangled, full of accusations but lacking solid evidence. Each new lead only seems to complicate matters rather than bringing them closer to the truth. With growing suspicion, the detectives decide to bring Heidi in for questioning.
You understand that you would pay his bills? Well, that's where we had a dispute, but it wasn't between anything. It was between me and him. It was me and Sarah. I went to pay his bill. One bill, I didn't pay $40 on it. I needed to borrow that. He said, "Go ahead." Did not remember. I paid him back his $40. That's why I was still around with him. What kind of bill? It was I paid for 40 taxes when I only got paid. You know, I was in stretch with my bills too. But I take them back. That's why I was up there. Then when you were up there, just wanted to start to go pay the bills now, so we didn't have a problem with that.
Detectives press Heidi to share anything that she may have left out about the day that Benjamin's body was discovered, or about anyone else who knew him. And that's when she mentions her son, Jason Shockley.
He's got out of prison this last time.
When did he get out of prison?
This September.
What was he in jail for?
Robbery.
Would your son be capable of something?
Oh God, I pray not. No. I pray not.
For investigators, this is a major lead. Since Heidi knew about the cash hidden in the coffee can, it seemed likely that she had told her son, Jason, who may have decided to rob Benjamin and, in the process, murdered him. Detectives now have a new suspect with stronger cause for involvement. But just as they set out to track down Jason Shockley, an inmate at the Sumner County Jail reaches out with a crucial tip about Jason. He claims that he overheard Jason talking about Benjamin's death while they were both behind bars. But before we get to that, if you are finding this video interesting, please do us a favor. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and help us get to 1 million subscribers. And now, let's dive back in.
So I'm told you told one of the deputies you got some information about a homicide?
Yeah, over there on King Court.
Tell me about that.
That's about the old guy that got stabbed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his mother found the body. Everybody in the neighborhood know the kid did it. His son, her son.
How do you know this?
Yeah, he called me. Well, I seen him a couple days after it happened. He told me he had money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I heard him and his mom arguing over the phone. Bob, he wasn't supposed to go that far. Because she always going over the house, cleaning up when she been doing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
The inmate's claim is bold, but without evidence, it is still only hearsay. And while tracking down Jason becomes a priority, investigators have no idea that an even bigger twist is just around the corner. 6 weeks later, on May 21st, 2020, at 9:37 p.m., Akron Emergency Services receive a frantic call from a son worried about his father.
Akron Police and Fire, Canty.
Hi, how are you doing? My name is George Bayless. I'm down in Florida now, but my father's still up in Akron, and we haven't been able to get a hold of him, and some of his neighbors got a hold of me today, too, and said they haven't seen him since Saturday, and he hasn't been getting any of his packages off the porch. It's just weird, though, because his car's not there, and people saw him out. They said there were some people over there they didn't really recognize.
All right, so we have it in. We're going to get someone over there to check it out, and then we can give you a follow-up call.
When officers arrive at Gary's home and they get no response at the door, they force entry through the side door.
Gonna have to go in the side door, I guess. Oh no, he hasn't picked up his mail. I wonder if I can get. Gary! Akron Police! Gary, it's Akron Police! Oh, damn it. Of course I did. Yeah, we got a signal 22 in here.
County.
Officers find Gary lying dead on the floor. When detectives arrive, they are faced with a grim mystery and no leads. Only the fact that Gary has multiple stab wounds to his chest and neck. The stench inside the house makes it clear that he has been dead for several days. Detectives immediately start searching the crime scene for clues. Soon after, the officers spread out and start speaking with the neighbors. They soon learn that this is a close-knit community, familiar with Gary, and that several residents had seen him with a strange man over the past week.
What was he doing Saturday? What was he doing?
Yeah.
When I saw him, he was cutting grass, and I was walking my grandson down, pushing him in his little bike or something. And Mr. Gary turned his lawnmower off, and he said, "Hey, Lanice, you guys are taking turns walking the grandson," because my husband walked me down and my daughter too. And that was the last time I actually.
And that was Saturday. You were sure that was Saturday?
Anthony keeps saying he said it was Saturday. Anthony said it was Saturday. All I know it was my daughter went to work and I had my grandson.
He's had packages delivered all week, and we've been picking up his packages, waiting for.
So that's what prompted the call yesterday.
Yeah, we have
that's what
5
I called.
packages in here for him, and they're all car parts. So we thought maybe his car broke down somewhere, you know.
Okay. Do you remember anything else about the guy with the cane you saw? His hair, anything like that? How tall he was? Skinny, fat?
Not real skinny.
Okay.
Just
You said they both got in the car and left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. You saw him cutting my bushes with another male?
Yeah, and I don't know who that was.
Can you describe him to me? That's very important.
He was a younger guy, is all I know.
White?
Yeah. And I don't know, if he was staying. I know nothing about it other than.
Do you know what his hair was like? And that's my question.
I couldn't tell you.
You just knew it was a white younger male?
Seems like he was short, but I don't know.
Shorter than Gary?
No, I mean his hair was short.
Oh, okay.
Detectives soon learn that Gary's car has been spotted at several locations over the past week. It appears at multiple gas stations, and investigators obtain the surveillance footage. Unfortunately, the video does not reveal the identity of the driver. But the bolo works in their favor, and soon a witness contacts authorities, reporting that they saw the car and they know the driver. The name sends a jolt through the investigators. It's Jason Shockley.
Speaking with you. Okay. Jason came over Sunday morning. He was going to help me work on the house I'm working on. And so when he came over, and he sat on the step while I was getting ready, and then I came outside. When I came outside, the car was sitting on the end of the driveway. Anyway, he came over so we could go work on the house.
This was Sunday morning?
This was Sunday morning. And but I had to go to Harbor Freight because I needed a grinder. And so I told him, I said, I got to go to Harbor Freight. He said, oh, I'll take you. And I said, wait a minute, Jason. I said, I'm not getting in no hot car. I said, is that car hot? He said, no, the car's not hot. Uncle Willie, no, I wouldn't do you like that. The car's not hot. He said, my friend let me use it. He went to Florida. He gave me a credit card, told me to keep gas in it, and I can buy cigarettes and buy me something to eat if I need it. I said, Jason, that don't sound, too,
right.
I was kind of like not believing him, but he said, no, Willie, I swear. He said, he let me use the car. I said, okay.
What kind of car was it? You said it was a bluish car?
It's a bluish color. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what kind of car it is, but I know what I saw. And when I read that description of the car, I put to you ever since Sunday morning. Well, he had it all Saturday night because he did tell me, he said that he had went to Ravenna or somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Mm. Somewhere up in there. But he said he had went, and he said he had been up all night, and said he had been riding all night, and he said he hadn't even burned out a half a tank of gas.
To be completely certain, detectives asked the witness to identify him from a lineup of images featuring 5 other suspects.
That's it. Yes, right here.
Okay. Go ahead and take a picture out the top. And on the back, have you sign it, and then put down the percentage. Sign it here. You can go ahead and date it again.
Okay.
With confirmation from the witness, detectives zero in on Jason as their primary suspect. They know that he is dangerous, he could strike again, and he must be taken off the streets immediately. On May 22nd, just one day after Gary's body is found, Jason's mother, Heidi, makes a call to investigators, revealing the location of her son, providing a critical breakthrough in the case.
Hands! Don't move. Roll over and put them on the top of your head. Roll on your stomach, hands are behind your back. Let's go! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hurry up, Jason. Come on. Yeah, 2? Yeah, I got 2.
When officers arrest Jason, they find Gary Ballas's credit cards in his possession, and Ballas's car nearby. A damning discovery that links him straight to the crime.
Hey, Jason, where are the keys to Gary's car? Where are the keys to Gary's car?
When I got drunk last night, I don't even know what happened to him, sir, because somebody let me use the car and I just got drunk last night. I lost that and lost other things.
Who let you use the car?
Some dude named Tommy.
Tommy? Tommy what?
I'll be honest with you, I don't even know the last name.
White, black?
He was a white guy. He was maybe roughly 6.
How did he have the car? And tell me how you got the car with from him.
Well, he pulled up on me when I was walking because I was looking something for the cane. And he goes, "You need a ride, bud?" I'm like, "Sure," you know. And so we're driving and stuff, and he goes, "Man," he was like, "I hate seeing people walk." He was like, "Why don't you?" He was like, "I hate seeing people walk."
Okay.
He was like, why don't you take this for a little bit?" He was like, "And then come get me." He said he was at.
Where was this at?
I was walking right up here on Johnson. He told he told me to drop him off down there at the little bar down on Stanton right there by the Church of Chicken and stuff.
Miller Hotel?
I'm not sure the
Okay.
name of it.
So where are the keys at now?
I really don't know. I honestly, sincerely do not know. I didn't even know whose car it was.
Well, you were driving it last, so you got to know where the keys are.
I got drunk last night, so I really got drunk last night. Like,
So you're saying you blacked out. You had no idea what.
I don't know because I lost my other phone too.
From the start, Jason gives evasive answers, and detectives know that getting him to talk and reveal the truth will be anything but easy.
I'm going to record this interview because it makes it easier. An incident that happened the other day, and I know you're in possession of several items that are my victims, so I want to talk to you about those and find out how you know my victim.
Okay, so please explain this to me.
How do you know Gary Bayless? And here's
I'm not familiar with the last name. I know a couple Garys.
Okay, and here's the thing too.
Older Gary?
I know a couple over Garys. One is my mom's landlord, and one lived up by my cousin Nikki next door.
Where's that?
On Wilmot.
Okay, that's the one we're talking about. So your cousin Nikki lives up there?
Yes, my cousin Nikki. She lives next door. My uncle Donnie lives a couple houses down.
Okay, so how do you know that Gary?
I knew that Gary, like I said, my cousin lived next door, but my mom used to go over and help him out a lot. Used to sit there, we used to sit there and talk. I mean, he was queer and stuff. Just a few days ago, me and him was clipping flowers off of my cousin's bushes, and he was taking them around to the neighbors.
Like, how long ago was that? Today's Friday.
Around Monday or something like that.
Like around Monday? Okay.
I think it's probably about around Monday or Tuesday. Something.
Tell me about that.
Well, I was walking down the street, and he had a couple flowers in his hand. I was like, "Hey, Gary, how you doing?" You know, we stopped, walk with a cane and stuff. We stopped.
You walk with a cane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We stopped, we were sitting there talking and everything, and like, "What are you doing, Jerry?" You know what I mean? Because I could tell he was already drinking.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm just clipping flowers, taking them around to the neighbors." I'm like, you're silly, you know what I mean?
Right.
We just sitting there talking. So he invited me. We sat on the porch, drank a little bit of wine, and I left probably about 9:30.
How'd you leave?
I walked, and then I went back probably about half hour later. Okay, and this is what I didn't tell you guys in the file, right? I went back, we sat there, we talked for another 15, 20 minutes. And I asked him, if there'd be a possibility if he can lend me his car so I was able to get to work and stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, "No, make sure I put gas in it and everything else." And he was like, he was iffy on it for a second, you know what I mean? So he doesn't like people using his car and stuff.
Right.
Well, he was like, you know what? He was like, Jason, I've known you for a long time. He was like, I'm a big happy. He was like, I want to see you succeed. He was like, I want to see you do right. You know, he knows I just got out of prison for, you know, stuff, a bunch of stupid stuff, you know. Yeah, he wants to see me do right, just like everybody else, you know.
Okay.
That's all I've been trying to do is do right.
So how long have you had this car for?
I've had this car for a few days.
Okay. Like how long? Like I said, today's Friday. Give me just a rough estimate.
Probably since that night, I think it was like Monday night.
Okay.
It was probably like Monday night too, you know. I think it was like Monday night, something like that. I told you, he lent me his car for work. Because my mom's name lives in the night.
Okay.
I work for him. I do work for him. But I also do work for other people. And Gary knew that. I just have a hard time getting back and forth. That's why he was willing to help me. That's why he lended me.
Why is his neighbors and his son and everybody else saying that he will not lend his car out to anybody? Everybody's told me that.
And then that's where they're full of crap. Because he's told me when he even went to Florida to see his son, he's even left his car with the one guy, Anthony.
You know, I talked to Anthony last night, and Anthony said nobody ever uses his car. Specifically, I asked Anthony now.
That's more crap, because that came from Gary's mouth. Me and Gary had sat and talked for, like, since I've been home from prison, I've been over to Gary's house a number of times. Since I've been home from prison. I've been over there a number of times.
So let me ask you a question. When our medical examiner, they check his body, are they going to find any of your DNA on him?
No.
Okay.
Nothing wrong. I didn't know he was dead.
Okay.
Believe me, if I would have known...
You didn't smell him when you went over there on Wednesday? Because he would have stunk by Wednesday.
Look, all I did was knock on the outer door.
You could smell it from the sidewalk.
Do you see any blood anywhere?
Not that I paid attention to. It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock when I went over there.
Tell me where these credit cards were.
Where they were, they was up in the top thing of the car.
He said he did not ever loan his car to him. Gary did not loan you his car.
Yes, he did.
He did not.
He did.
Jason, now come on. Tell us what happened. We know you've got a very expensive habit.
And I work for my habit.
Jason, what do you do?
I do forestry, landscaping, and home renovations.
For who?
For Gary Thomas.
And how much do you make?
I make $10 an hour. Also, I was supposed to have been out in East Liverpool making $12 an hour just as a living.
So, if you supposedly work, why are you going out and taking money off old guys' credit cards?
Because at the moment I needed cigarettes and stuff like that. I kept gas in the car and everything.
The detectives know that Jason is lying, and a mild confrontation will not break him, so they allow him to keep talking, letting the act play out a little longer before pressing him again.
But at the same time, I'm not no fucking murderer, dude. That's not shit that I fucking do, man.
Well, sometimes people don't plan it. Sometimes people get in arguments.
No, not at all. That's not what I do. Period. Anybody that knows me will tell you, that's not what I do. So what, I smoke some fucking crack. So what, I smoke weed. So what, I drink every once in a while. Okay? But hell fucking know what I do, some stupid shit like that.
Okay.
At all. Like,
he's not going to loan a car to anybody when he normally does not.
Okay. You guys believe what you want. Y'all didn't know Gary. Period.
We didn't know Gary, but we know the facts.
Okay,
We know-
you think you know the facts.
So then what are we missing here?
I don't know. I have no idea what y'all missing. Y'all don't wanna listen to something that somebody tells you.
No, we're listening.
Okay? I have sat here and told you everything. I could have sat here and been like, I don't know what the fuck you guys were talking about, or I could have requested a lawyer.
Okay, Jason, listen to me.
I could have just told you guys that this was over with. I want a lawyer.
Jason, listen.
No,
Jason.
I'm actually sitting here willing to talk to you guys.
Focus.
Come on,
Listen to me for a
man.
second. Listen to me for a second, okay? I come in here and I started to ask you what's going on, that we know you have some Gary's property. I already knew you had his car. I already knew you had his credit cards. I already knew you've been to his house. So you're talking about us not listening to you. Those didn't come out of my mouth.
Right.
You sat there and explained everything that I already knew.
Exactly.
So don't you think it's odd that we're looking into a guy that was killed? You're the last one that anybody's seen with him. You have possession of his car. You have possession of his credit cards. And the dude's dead. I mean, don't you think it's odd? And you're saying that you were there when he wound up dead.
I know it's odd.
It doesn't look good for you.
I know.
So if something happened, listen to me, just hear me out for a second. If something happened between you two, and you guys got into a fight, and things got bad, you need to tell us now. Because when we start doing DNA testing on his bed sheets, and on his body, and everything else, if your DNA comes back there, you are screwed. So you need to be honest with us. Sometimes people get in arguments and fight, and things get out of control. Sometimes people die, and sometimes people that are the ones who are responsible for their death don't get charged with murder if it's self-defense. I don't know. If you didn't do it, then you got nothing to worry about, right? If you did it, then every time you close your eyes, you're going to see him laying there. You're going to see how the condition he was in. You don't seem very upset that he's there. I'd be upset that my friend of 9 years is there. You know what I've kind of noticed too? Here's the thing. I've been doing this job a long time. Sergeant Stravagi's been doing it longer than me. You know the first question people ask that when we tell them that their friend's dead? The first question, can you guess what that is? It's how did it happen? You know people that don't ask that question, they already know the answer. You never asked us that question because you know the answer. You know how he died.
Well,
which is why you wouldn't ask us that question, because you know how he died. And you know how I know that? Because you were there.
As Jason's defenses begin to crumble, the detectives press harder, determined to break through completely and uncover the truth.
We're trying to help you. Because I need to talk to you about something else. Because if you don't help yourself, this can end up really bad for you.
You know, Jason, you can deny it. And when it goes to court, and it goes to a jury, and the judge hears it all, and they convict you, you're going to get more time than if you just come clean. That's what really happened. You know, even if you did wrong, and the judge, and you admit to what happened and everything else, the judge takes that into consideration because it shows remorse. You want me to turn it off? Stop.
You erased the first one.
I'm not erasing anything.
You erased the first one.
I'm not erasing anything. That's evidence. I can't do
no. You erased. I'm saying if you erase the first one, I'm gonna tell you what really happened.
There, it's completely off. Tell us what happened.
He's over there drinking wine and stuff, just talking bullshit, and I guess my mom had borrowed $20 from him for his stuff. He got the he was telling me about it and stuff, and then he had to be, real good and stuff. I'm very protective of my mom.
Okay.
I love my mom at the time. And, I asked him multiple times, I said, everything I said about this, he is a young man, he got me, talking real crazy about my mom.
Okay.
So I asked him, Gary, please stop. So I'm like, you know what, I gotta go. I get up to leave, and he throws this cup at me. And it had wine in it, and he threw it at me and stuff. And he picked up this knife, and it was just like, I just turned around real quick.
What happened when you turned around?
I pushed him down, he dropped the knife, and I picked the knife up.
Where did you push him down at?
Back into his chair.
Like where the computer's at?
Yes.
Okay. And he fell down.
He fell back down into his chair.
Okay. What happened?
And he said, I'll shoot you. Well, I didn't know if he had blood in that stuff. And when he went to reach, I don't know what I said, like that. Like that.
How many times you stabbed him?
No.
Where do you think you stabbed him at?
Don't know. Just like, all I know is when I came to stand there by the, I was standing there by the door, and he's laying on the ground.
Can you describe me what he looked like when he was on the ground?
Blood.
On his clothes?
His shirt was open.
Do you have any clothes on?
Just his pants. I went through his pockets for the keys.
Why'd you take his pants off?
It was already halfway off.
Where'd you put them? So you put the pants back then? And then you took
so scared.
I can imagine you being scared. Somebody come at me, I'd be scared too.
But nobody's gonna believe me. It's not gonna hold me out. No way, shape, form.
Did you know he was dead when you came to?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see him breathing?
I don't remember.
I need to talk to you about Benny.
About Benny King?
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God. Please fucking tell me who did it. Please.
Tell me.
I wish I knew. Cal was a good man. He was a good man. I know his nephew Todd and stuff like that.
Jason, I know. Your mom found him.
Yeah.
Everything you told us about Gary, I think it happened with Benny.
No.
I got two people saw you running with two trash bags.
Yes, that was with the blankets and everything. And my mom will tell you that. And that was going to that house. It was raining. And I wasn't running. So whoever told you I was running lied to you. Because anyone knows, even the county will tell you I had an open wound on the back of my heel. I had a torn Achilles tendon. Never had the surgery.
Okay, maybe not running, but leaving his house.
No, not his house. I left my mom's house, and my mom will tell you that. The bags were still up there in that room. That had the blankets and the covers.
Jason. And I think we can prove that you probably did that one. We have people who said the day or two after you were loaded with cash.
Yes, I was loaded with cash.
Yeah. Now here's the problem that you're facing. If we prove, and I think we will be able to prove that you did, then you're probably looking at a capital case.
Here's the thing, I didn't do Benny, and being loaded with cash, these motherfuckers talking out the side of their necks. If I was loaded with cash, you think I would still be sitting in Akron, Ohio?
Well, not that loaded. I mean, loaded enough. I know you got an addiction.
I don't need nothing.
All right, you use the cash for some of that, some for your kid, whatever. But you were, I was told you never had that kind of cash. And if we get DNA, and I think we're going to, out of Benny's house, and it
I've been in Benny's house.
And it points to you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna find DNA in places that, you shouldn't have been, whatever. And so, and if it points to you.
The most I've been upstairs and took a piss in this house before.
Well, that's not true. That's not true because that toilet was so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I know. Shit caked all over.
Nobody would go up there and take a piss.
No, I did.
Everybody pissed in the backyard, so.
No, I didn't piss in the backyard.
That's not true.
Ask my mom, because my mom was there. Yes. My mom was there when I asked him if I can go take a piss. I went upstairs and took a piss. That's how I knew the toilet was caked with shit. How else do you think I would do that?
Because you were in there when it happened.
No, that I wasn't.
Jason, there's a lot of similarities between the two.
Save you, I should say.
You understand what we mean by capital murder?
Yes, I know. Capital murder.
But what that means for you?
Life.
No.
What?
Death.
Okay. We all gotta die sometime. I mean, fuck, if the fucking corona ain't killed me yet.
Well, you just earlier told us you didn't do anything to Gary.
That's because I'm scared about that stuff.
Well, you should be more scared about
an evil in your heart, which you don't wake up from.
This thing over Gary, and we should put it.
They almost overlap. It's weird. You know what connects those two? You.
No. Not at all.
That's how it looks.
No. I'm sorry.
You would admit it looks like that.
Hold on, stop, okay? This is why I'm not stupid. Listen to me, okay? I done told you about fucking Gary, bro. But this shit about Benny was not me. I mean, do we gotta end this right here? I mean, I could have just sat here and just been like, you know what? I'm a lawyer. Am I right or wrong? That would have been a smart thing to do.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, that would have been a smart thing to do. No. I had things on my chest, but at the same time, I was scared. Alright? I have never been threatened to be shot. At the same time, let alone have somebody fucking jump up at me with a knife.
Alright, if you want to leave it at that, then we'll leave it at that.
Please.
But again,
because like that Benny thing, that's really gonna irritate me because I did it. Like that's really gonna make me go off on a deep. Because Benny King, no. Like as far as I know, he didn't keep money like that. I didn't ever like you telling me that he kept several $100 is the first I've heard. My mom never told me nothing like that.
She told me that day that she found it.
Okay, my mom never said nothing to me about him keeping several $100.
I was just saying, everybody in the neighborhood.
I did it.
people would take stuff to him, he would buy stuff.
See, I never took nothing to Benny to sell.
Jason never admits to any involvement in Benjamin King's murder. However, detectives believe that he learned about the money hidden in the coffee can and he confronted Benjamin while trying to steal it, leading to a brutal stabbing. It is also clear that his account of Gary's murder is a lie. Investigators suspect that Jason asked Gary for his car, and then when Gary refused, it triggered the fatal attack. Although the murder weapon was never recovered, forensic evidence, witness statements, and the striking similarities between the two cases were more than enough to charge Jason Shockley with double homicide. In April of 2022, 2 years after the murders, Jason Shockley pled guilty to 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated robbery, and was sentenced to life in prison. He will be eligible for parole after serving a minimum of 25 years. Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the horrific death note that was found by the police.